What are your first thoughts on the map Verrückt? Are you intimidated? Scared? Verrückt translated to English means crazy, insane, and that basically defines what is happening here. A whole bunch of crazy. Verrückt is different from any other map. It has a different atmosphere to it that I quite haven't seen out of anything else yet. Being only the second zombies map ever, that's pretty awesome that it has something distinct about it. Verrückt is a map you did not want to play alone with maxed out audio settings. You want to know the feeling you get? Extreme amounts of pressure and anxiety. There's little wiggle room to train zombies, no pack-a-punch, and a special zombie that may have been faster. You're lying if you say you were never once scared of this map. Either that, or you're a psychopath that belongs here. The terrifying and crazy asylum known as Verrückt.
Damn, I'm good.
On the scale of difficulty, Verrückt is up there as one of the most challenging zombie maps due to limited space and options. This was before Pack-a-Punch was introduced and the common strategy of training zombies in open spaces. There is maybe this one spot that you can effectively train zombies if you're skilled enough. Zombies come from every single direction in this room, so you have to learn how to dodge and weave effectively if you want to achieve a higher round. You will have access nearby to the Thompson for point farming, but as far as for your exits, they are extremely risky unless you have the maximum number of zombies spawned in all following you. If you try to take the stairs during an active round, you better have a good enough gun to get through them or hope no zombies sandwich you in the middle of it all. If you decide to go the other route towards the spawn, well, you just better hope zombies don't come from all sides at once. But since it could be extremely close quarters with narrow hallways and small rooms, the players may be encouraged to stock up and hold down a position. There's this one spot on the balcony that I see often used because it mainly has one big choke point to shoot at with the option to activate the electric trap and steal your spot for a given amount of time.
You brain dead bastards ain't getting close!
With hardly anything to spend your points on later in the match, you typically won't be afraid to spend on this trap whenever it recharges. But if you get overwhelmed, there's not really much of an exit plan for you to have. And with weapons that will get weak fast, you start running into problems of not enough ammo. However, this spot isn't your only option. There's the kitchen that you can hold down pretty well with exit plans. The strategy here is trying to avoid opening this door at all costs. If you get overwhelmed, then you have a little more breathing room compared to out on the balcony. You could maybe get around the zombies using the table as a divider, or you could fall back outside to buy you a little extra time. If you absolutely need to, you can open the door and get away quickly. The biggest problem would be buying ammo in the middle of a round if you desperately need it, as it's located right where zombies would quickly encircle you. So have enough to make it to the end of a round, or have a teammate covering you. That's kind of the challenge of Verrückt. Your biggest enemy is ammo management. You need the strong beefy LMGs to put down the zombies, and they also have the bigger ammo capacities. Your real two choices are the MG42 and the Browning 50 cal.
This'll take their heads clean off!
The MG42 is good, but it runs through your ammo a lot faster and you'll be constantly needing to swap it out. So the Browning 50 cal is a good choice here. But I realized something when playing Verrückt with people once again. This map heavily encouraged teamwork. You needed all 4 players and their firepower combined to make it to a high round. If anyone went down and they didn't have enough points for perks, they go to the back lines where it's safer while the others cover their backs. For our game, we were caught camping by the speed cola machine without opening the kitchen and power door. We often had a guy camping the stairs just mowing through zombies, a guy outside or near the doors to get the stragglers, and another just chilling by the spawn. Also, shout out to this zombie glitch we had where the zombie was outside the barrier, but I suppose he thought he wasn't? It kind of made me miss maps where you couldn't really train as well, or you didn't have wonder weapons that can carry you to round 100. It's what encouraged the camping strategy and the teamwork. That makes Verrückt a special map to play. point of the map is to be claustrophobic and put you on edge. The atmosphere capitalizes on that by the darkening orange tint applied, with also the bright power room. Verrückt is one of the more interesting zombie maps and gets its terrifying label from the level design. You are surrounded by the echoes of what may have been happening in this asylum. Horrifying screams of torture. It's best described by Dr. Monty.
It was an asylum. It was also a horrible, terrible, grim, depressing place. I'd give you a full explanation of everything that happened there, but it would only be horrible, terrible, grim, depressing.
That's simply what it was. A grim place you didn't want to end up in. Yet, here we are. Our original cast included 4 Marines, with one of them being our iconic Tank Dempsey, the others being nicknamed Banana, Smokey, and Gunner. It's in later maps when we get more details about the asylum and what really went down. The moment you consume story details, the map really comes together as an interesting piece. We figure out Tank Dempsey was captured and Gunner was able to survive, while Banana and Smokey didn't have such a pleasant fate.
We went down the halls, they fit Smokey's balls, and now he walks with the dead. They call me Banana, I worked at a cabana. I rhyme to keep myself sane. Though Smokey is dead, I'm holding his head. This right now is eating my brain.
But there's not enough story given to us that it still leaves a mysterious aura on the map. We don't really know why we are hearing tortured ghosts other than they were previous patients. We don't know how the outbreak happened here and why. Not every map is great for everyone, but there are usually differences that make a map unique and fun. The one design element I haven't seen on any other map is the separation of you and your teammates. Playing alone, this doesn't matter, but with a full squad, you will have 2 teams of 2 divided by a door that can't be opened unless one team reaches the power and turns it on, or both teams just make it to the power room together. It sometimes opened different ways of playing. One game might have the teams competing to be the first ones to the power. Another might have a team being point hogs and refusing to open doors until the others turn on the power. There will also sometimes be situations where an entire duo goes down on their side, and the other 2 can't do anything but watch them die. Although this design is quite simple, it does have potential to be seen again and further developed upon. Your early rounds are determined by the teammate you get assigned and the side of the map you get access to. Both sides are pretty evenly matched, but you do get different options, which makes loading up the map a 50-50 chance of what early round experience you are going to get. If a map was made today with similar design choices, I think the possibilities can open up an experience that isn't the same nearly every single time. But the challenge is a big part of the fun here. Without the difficulty, I'd imagine Verrückt takes a big step down in a lot of people's rankings of the maps. There's only one wonder weapon on the original, which is the ray gun, but with such close quarters, if you let any zombies get near you when firing, you'll be downing yourself quite fast. We all started to collapse when we started downing ourselves with ray guns. Every other weapon will quickly make zombies bullet sponges without the option of pack-a-punching. Your only way of enhancing the weapon is through Speed Cola and the Double Tap 1.0 that would shoot 2 times faster rather than do 2 times damage in the later version, which meant your ammo was going to run out stupid fast. This left the strategy of trying to hold out with the combined firepower of 3 other teammates, hoping that you guys could reach a certain round. The great thing about this form of play is that matches weren't super long and lots of players could actually make it to the end of one. Although Verrückt may not be a favorite amongst many, it provides a unique way of playing that keeps it from being just another zombies map. Combine that with hints of mystery and the dark gritty look, Verrückt is easily considered one of the scariest maps in terms of gameplay and atmosphere.